Hello moneymakers, let's see today's top 5 market updates. Oil prices higher on record supply cut. OPEC, Russia and allies agreed on Saturday to extend record oil production cuts until the end of July, prolonging a deal that has helped crude prices double in the past 2 months by withdrawing almost 10% of global supplies from the market. The group, known as OPEC+, also demanded countries such as Nigeria and Iraq, which exceeded production quotas in May and June, compensate with extra cuts in July to September. Demand is returning as big oil-consuming economies emerge from pandemic lockdown. But we are not out of the woods yet, and challenges ahead, remain, Saudi Energy Minister Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman told the video conference of OPEC+ ministers. Oil crept higher on Monday, but gave up big early gains as optimism over major crude producers' deal to extend record output cuts gave way to disappointment that the accord didn't extend beyond the end of July. AstraZeneca approached Gilead about potential merger. Britain's AstraZeneca plc has approached US rival Gilead Sciences Incorporated about a possible merger that would form one of the world's largest drug companies, Bloomberg News reported on Sunday, citing people familiar with the matter. Any deal would unite two of the companies at the forefront of the industry's efforts to fight the new coronavirus and could be politically sensitive as governments seek control over potential vaccines or treatments. AstraZeneca contacted Gilead last month, but the US firm was not interested in combining with another big pharmaceutical company, the Bloomberg report. Emirates, Etihad extend temporary salary cuts to September. Gulf carriers Emirates and Etihad Airways are extending the period of reduced pay for their staff until September as they try to preserve cash during the global coronavirus pandemic. The aviation industry has been among the worst hit by the outbreak, which has dented travel demand and forced major airlines to lay off staff and seek government bailouts. State airlines Emirates and Etihad have operated limited, mostly outbound services from the United Arab Emirates since grounding passenger flights in March. They are due to restart some connecting flights this month after the UAE last week lifted a suspension on services. Dubai's Emirates told employees on Sunday it would extend a 3-month wage cut due to end this month until September 30, according to an internal email seen by Reuters. In some cases, pay cuts will also be deepened, with some basic salaries reduced by 50%. Japan's GDP shrinks less than estimated. Japan's economy contracted less than initial estimation made last quarter after revisions showed stronger capital investment, even as the coronavirus pandemic pushed the country into a recession. The Cabinet Office's revised report on Monday showed gross domestic product shrank an annualized 2.2% compared with the last quarter of 2019, better than an initial estimate of a 3.4% contraction. Economists had an expected revision to minus 2.1%. The result still means Japan's economy has shrunk for 2 straight quarters, with an even sharper drop expected in the April-June period. Even before the revision was released, economists were casting doubt on its accuracy. Japan revises its preliminary GDP data to incorporate investment figures from a business survey that's published later. This time, a low response rate amid the pandemic may have skewed the results, the finance ministry said this month, after the survey showed an unexpected gain in capital spending last quarter. Dollar dips as commodity currencies gain on recovery hopes. The US dollar fell against the Antipodean currencies and the British pound after surprising improvement in US labor market data bolstered expectations for economic recovery, which reduced safe harbor demand for the greenback. The Australian and New Zealand dollars both rose to their strongest since January after data showed a smaller than expected fall in Chinese exports, which supports commodity currencies. In contrast, the US dollar traded near its highest in more than 2 months against the yen, supported by recent gains in long-term treasury yields as investors await the outcome of a 2-day US Federal Reserve meeting ending on Wednesday. Sentiment has improved dramatically in the currency market as traders focus on signs of a rebound from the coronavirus outbreak as economies reopen from lockdowns, which has hurt the dollar and driven money into so-called risk-on trades. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for regular updates, only at Capital Street FX.